What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, as well as the S&P 500. Now, specifically in today's episode, we have to continue, it's been since Monday, tracking some massive symmetrical triangles and technical indicators on most of the major blue chip cryptocurrencies here. We got bull trapped out just a couple of days ago on Monday, which is super annoying because I still wholeheartedly believe a lot of these cryptos are going to be breaking bullish in the very near future here. You can see just to start on Bitcoin here, we actually bought in with the anticipation of a breakout, especially after confirmation closure here, and we reversed down. It got stopped out. Super annoying, but now we're back inside the same symmetrical triangle, filling the gap, and we're here yet again going to make the same decision, filling in the gap, and more than likely going to be breaking up. Regardless, either direction that we move to, we'll be able to capitalize on this, which is what I've been patiently waiting for. We're also going to be looking at Solana, which also did something similar. We waited for a buy-in opportunity since we confirmed outside of a bull flag formation here, and you can see now we're stuck between a rock and a hard place here, price floor and price ceiling. And now you guys know that even though we break out of major bull flags and major technical indicators, doesn't mean that it's game on breakout. I do believe long term that's where we're going to be moving to. Even though there's a bit of consolidation here, we're still going to be heading up. However, it's just going to take a bit longer, even if we bought in a little bit earlier here. With this consolidation, once we can confirm closure above price ceiling, we'll be able to buy in long, and I'll explain more about that in a second with all these major cryptocurrencies, including XRP. Now, obviously, we're going to do some of these trades on our copy trading on FAIRDESK here. For those that don't know FAIRDESK, I've been slowly posting some trades, getting in, getting out, so on and so forth here, just to show transparency, to let you guys know about the website and about some of the trades that we have been making here. So we did leave off with us getting stopped out of these, but I think we'll be able to make up for that very soon once these actually decide to pop off. We jumped the gun on one, but we'll be able to get it on the second run around, and that should hopefully make up for the loss that we took. So I'm very excited for that to happen here, and it's like on the tip of our tongue for that breakout to come. And also FAIRDESK is being nice, and they're giving away over $100,000, $6,500, $2,000, $100 worth of cryptocurrency for people that decide to deposit and trade. So definitely make sure to check that out with the link down in the description below. Anywho, smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get into today's episode. So guys, to start off with XRP, then we'll look at Bitcoin and Solana, which I think are next to break. But to start with XRP, you can see we are in a developing symmetrical triangle. We actually fell into this here, and since then we've been filling in the gap, trading nicely, higher lows, lower highs, and you can see at some point this is all going to come to a point where we need to make a decision, and hopefully it's in our favor and to the upside here. But you can see with each reversal and dump, it has been with less volume than the past here, and this has allowed us to accrue some consolidation and stability to flatline out on 50 on the RSI, which looks really good. On top of that here, with us consolidating, we are starting to trend sideways. The bulls and the bears are going to duke it out, and we are going to make a decision. Whether we break up or down is up for debate, hopefully in our favor to the upside here. But regardless, it will open up an opportunity for us to leverage trade. Now, obviously, XRP is a much bigger technical indicator than the Bitcoin and Solana one, which are on the 4-hour charts, which I'll show you in a minute here. But when these do decide to pop, it will be pretty aggressive, and it will be much bigger than the others. However, XRP will take a bit longer to consolidate because of how big it is. So just keep that in mind while we look at some of these chartings here. When I talk about XRP breakout, it's going to take a bit. You can see we're forming inside of a much bigger symmetrical triangle here. You can see this quite nicely here. And then by the end of this, hopefully we can break out of it. But regardless, we do expect to see a swing back up to 59.60 cents right here, and so on and so forth from there. So that's the ideal movement up to that price ceiling, 59.60 cents here outside of this resistance. You can see we've been battling this price ceiling, the green band on the RSI, with no luck breaking through it. But the goal is, as we consolidate up, we'll build pressure and pop through it. And that's what we've been trying to do for quite some time now. Balance through and break through a lot of these resistances here, to be exact. But moving forward to Bitcoin and some of these other cryptos, we've been slowly scaling out the Bitcoin 4-hour. You can see we're on the 4-hour chart here, trading sideways, filling in this gap, trading out. We're actually much lower now, 42 on the relative strength indicator. But as we've been filling this in, you can see slowly but surely a decision is going to have to be made. As we consolidate here, as we fill in the gap here, we need to make some sort of decision, and it's going to happen much quicker than we thought. Originally, we popped off here thinking that this could have been, tweaked a little bit here, something along the lines of this, saying, oh, well, maybe this is the end of it. And since then, we've had to adjust it ever so slightly to include some of these supports here and say, okay, maybe this isn't the end of the symmetrical triangle, and it's actually much closer to where we are now. But the goal, yet again, is we have a lot of things on our side with a Bitcoin breakout here. This moving average holding us up very nicely, plus this uptrend here. We also have a reversal candle here. Yet again, what we're waiting for is a reversal signal. That's the goal. That's the outlook. That's what we're waiting for patiently here. Once we get that confirmation, then we'll be able to buy in again and try to leverage it to the upside here. Our second chance for a swing back to the upside. So it's going to take some time. We're going to have to be patient on this, but at some point it should break to the upside. Doesn't even matter which direction, but more so, we're leaning more towards a break to the upside than before. And hopefully at that point, we will be able to leverage to the upside and capitalize off that run as well. And it could, like I said, it could be as early as today. I mean, this ends on the 30th, so by tomorrow, but it could happen as early as today. And that's why I've just been sitting on these charts, checking on my phone every hour or so to see where exactly we're moving to. And if we see a 4-hour closure above here, we can take advantage of that long position. Now, jumping to Solana, I've been trying to see if maybe there's an hourly chart forming here. It's a bit tough. You could definitely see there's some sort of uptrend, that's for sure, and maybe even an ascending fractal. I don't know entirely here, but definitely some sort of uptrend here filling in this gap. And you can see as we're heading higher and higher and higher, trending higher and higher, we are filling this in. I don't even think, that doesn't work as well, but something like this, you can see we keep heading higher up. We're almost about to have a bullish cross too, which is nice, but each time we head up, we're getting rejected off this resistance here, but we're falling higher. And eventually we're going to build up that pressure and pop through it, and that's what we're looking for, and then we'll enter that trade and capitalize off that run. It's going to take some time. It's super annoying that we did buy in on this little quick buy-in that ended up getting us rejected, but inevitably this is a bullish outlook here. Just because we're getting stopped up here doesn't mean, it's out of our hair just yet. There is that opportunity for a long position to take place. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So, keep your eyes peeled on the markets. We'll see what exactly happens, and we'll go from there. Anywho, wrapping things up, we'll look at Ethereum and then look at the S&P 500. Ethereum looks interesting too. There's definitely some sort of uptrend pattern forming on its 4-hour. It's nothing that I'd say is, the best buy-in. It's definitely a crypto that I put on the back burner here. You can kind of see we're creating these higher low, higher high movements here because we are overbought. We don't have like a ton of pressure, but this is what we're expecting to see happen on Bitcoin as well as Solana. We have this beautiful, what is this? Bull flag here. And once we confirmed out of this, we shot up. We actually exploded to the upside here. So we're looking for that same pattern to foreshadow what could happen to Bitcoin and what could happen to Solana as well. Now, there's a little bit of implications because you got to keep in mind this is 4-hour trades, so things are a little bit more unstable compared to the daily charts here. But once we get that confirmation, that'll be that entry point that we could take advantage of and long to the upside here. So with Ethereum being this consolidative point here, we're going to consolidate as long as we need, just until we can lower ourselves on the RSI, but it just shows you how this uptrend looks, that's kind of what we're dealing with for Solana and for Bitcoin as well. We're waiting for that pop. It's going to be a little bit longer on XRP, but for Solana and for Bitcoin here, that's the main focal point here. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for this to break us to the upside here. And hopefully that comes sooner than later. I'm not entirely sure, but just a couple hours left. So keep your eyes peeled on the way these charts are looking here. We have a lot of support that's holding us up. Once we get that confirmation closure again, that's when we'll take advantage and we'll buy in and we'll long to the upside here. You can even see with the stock market, we actually just opened as of 8 minutes ago. We're consolidating, but we are heading lower here. Weird little consolidative point here. If I jump to the hourly charts, let's see if that makes any sort of difference. I don't think we'll notice any sort of new technical indicator here. I'm not seeing one. I'm just trying to zoom in here. It just looks like we're stuck between like a rock and a hard place here. So as we consolidate out, we'll see if this has any implications on the stock market as well. But like I've said before, we peaked and we need to pull back down. We're way too overbought in my opinion here. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.